Now moving on, risk from a lake formed on Nepal-Tibet border after a deadly mudslide seemed to be gradually decreasing. This after authorities in Nepal issued an urgent warning following reports that a dam upstream in Tibet has burst. Rescue operations on both sides of the border were briefly suspended. The rescuers had been searching for more than 1,400 people still missing after catastrophic flash floods and landslides 2 days ago. Debris has also formed two lakes on either side of the border, triggering fears of fresh floods. On Friday, rescue operations were first halted on the Tibetan side after a lake formed by a glacier collapse began to overflow. Hours later, Nepal reported that a water dam on the Tibetan side had breached again. Nepalese police issued an urgent warning asking security personnel, emergency teams and volunteers deployed in rescue and relief operations to suspend work immediately and evacuate to safe locations. Wednesday's flash flooding triggered by a glacial collapse killed at least 482 people and left more than 1,500 missing. In Nepal, the death toll has risen to 538 with entire villages swept away. Another 977 people are out of contact in Nepal, including 517 foreign tourists. In Tibet, 3 people have been killed and more than 550 remain missing. The missing include hundreds of tourists from India as well as the US, Britain, Australia and Canada. Scientists say the most likely trigger was a glacier collapse in which a gigantic piece of ice broke off the glacier and fell into a river below, setting off a disastrous chain reaction that killed hundreds. Initial satellite analysis reportedly showed that a chunk of ice measuring almost 50 acres collapsed about 1.2 kilometers vertically. The impact registered as a magnitude 5.2 seismic event. This has renewed concerns over the risk from retreating glaciers and changing high-altitude catchments across the Himalayas, including parts of India. Mountain areas are also at risk of glacial lake outbursts, floods, also known as GLOFs. Glacial lakes form behind natural dams as a result of glacier melt and can cause catastrophic outburst floods if their natural dam walls are breached. More than 12,000 deaths have already been attributed to such floods globally. In 2021, a Himalayan glacier broke off and caused flash flooding in the Indian state of Uttarakhand, leaving 200 people dead or missing. India's Himalayan air arc, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh in the west, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand in the center, and Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh in the east sits atop thousands of glacial lakes, many of them swelling year after year as glaciers retreat. There are more than 25,000 such glacial lakes across the wider Hindu Kush Himalayan region. At least 7,500 of these are in India, many of which pose risk of dangerous flash floods.